Well, it's been overturned. They're going to have to modify it. Their intent appears to be to come back with something that is not as overreaching as what they did. But I think anything he's doing, it's really wrong, because he's trying to say that a whole class of people from one country, are all dangerous. And that's simply not true, and we know it's not true. I mean, there's no evidence that supports that. And that's not what our country is about. So I think the pushback is important. We all have to stay united to say, this is not America, this is not what the Constitution is looking for. We're working on trying to get to a point where we can have soccer here, and I've been asking the council to support that. Most of the soccer facilities, indoor soccer field, most of them are privately owned. However, we worked with a group that was in Dearborn that wanted to do a soccer field here. And we actually negotiated for more than 2 years. So we spent a lot of time on this with Ford Motor Company on property that they own. And we were trying to get the deal put together. We spent a lot of time on it, but at the end of the day, what Ford Motor Company felt they needed, and what the group that we were working with, which was a private investment group from Dearborn, they were Dearborn people, they just couldn't match on the pricing. So then I went to the council and started talking about maybe we should add on to the Performing Arts Center, and we should add on to that and put in 2 indoor soccer facilities. And I still think that may be viable. At this point, the council is feeling like that there isn't enough activity that would be generated to make that financially viable. You know, when I became mayor, we went into a recession. And so we had to look at everything that we were doing and how can we continue to do it. And at that time, we were subsidizing the ice skating facility, we were subsidizing the center, we were subsidizing a lot of things. The golf course. We got to a point where we don't subsidize them. They're all operating on their own steam, they raise enough revenue and so on. I believe that we can do that with soccer too, I believe. I've got to be able to prove it to some others. Well, the challenging today is to put together what are the most important things we do here today that are going to make the city successful 25 years from now. Now we're at a point where the economy is good for us, and we're managing, we have the money to now invest. The key is what investments are going to have the biggest impact on the community. And this is what I call a 25-year plan. In East Dearborn, we had homes that were built for factory workers in the 20s, okay? And they're stick-built 2-story homes on 30-foot lots. They don't have driveways, you can't add on to them. Young families are going to say, well, I can't live there, I need to have a driveway, I want to have a family room, I want to add on. We changed the policy and said that any house that that had a footprint, meaning the width of it, was under 40 feet, we would buy that when it was on the market, tear it down, and sell that to the neighboring properties to have larger lots. The point is that it's now a place where they can have the lifestyle they want. And that's what I call the 25-year plan. We have to do it now, even though it's not going to show until later. Most cities don't have long-term plans. They go year by year, and they're going to fail. You have to have a vision, and you have to know what is your end point? Where are you going? And how do you get there? They'll get a lot because this project is so large, and they're bringing in. They're going to be bringing in, I think, 4,000 new employees that aren't here now. So that creates a bigger customer base. It means there's more people. If you're a business person, there's more people that you can try and get to serve and have them do business with you. The other thing is that generates more revenue for us to invest. I said, we have 3 topless bars. We have a place, we have a major business in Dearborn that does nothing but produce pork products for all over the region. So I said, this is a real city, and it's a city that has everybody in it, and we all get along, and we do well, and it's true. And culturally, we're so diverse. All of those things are just things that are crafted by people who have a different agenda. They are haters, they're people who are disruptive, they have developed some false idea that they're threatened by people who are coming from overseas. You know, we've lived very comfortably and very safely, so we're the actual, what they challenge us of being a threat, we're actually the best example of completely embracing anyone who wants to come here, and we've been so successful because we do it. This is a successful city. We have vibrant activity. We've got good investment. You know, we're on solid ground, and we're an example of a place that said everybody's welcome, and they come, they participate, and it's a great community.